Hey, Kathy. How are you? Hmm. No notification, really? What the hell? And I've been put the time out too, like hours ago. That's weird. Yeah, they hating. You got a cold too, Kathy? Oh, it's going around, girl. I feel better than I did when I was sicker. My breathing is still a little bit shallow, but I feel all right. I feel okay. That's weird. Y'all not getting my notifications. We can't have that. We can't have that. YouTube. YouTube be doing that sometimes, so not putting out notifications. I hear a lot of people be going through that too. Well, I said I wanted to come live for a little while with you guys. Because I did put this story out when I was in the hospital, but I wanted to go live with the story because this is messed up. This story really pissed me off. Got my ice water on deck. Shit, but my husband was not, so he got me sick. You too, Kathy. What is up with the men getting us sick? Girl, what is up with them? Look, your husband got you sick too. Ain't that something? He's sick too. This is terrible. Ugh, girl, I don't know. You said you was on extra vitamin C on vacation, but your husband was not. Mm. They feel better though because I had gave him some ginger and I poured it in the water. I've never done that before. Fresh ginger with the water, and then I put it in the tea bag with some honey and fresh lemon and fresh mint for like 3 days. Since I've been from the hospital, that's what I've been doing for him. So he good. So
I ain't never do tea like that before with fresh ginger and fresh mint. That's just something I made up and I was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's what I need to do for myself, shit. But the doctor got me on antibiotics. I got an appointment for my back tomorrow. I'm gonna go though. I'm gonna go. Oh, we got 4 people in here. Let me get them 4 thumbs up. I miss y'all. Hey, Katie Patey, my little Prego Wadey. I don't know where I get that name from. Good afternoon, baby. Thank you, Katie. You know what? You can unplug it, babe, because it's been charging most of the day.
It's kind of light, but no, it's dark.
No, I like it when you put it on. Makes me happy. Um, I want to say before we get started, I want to thank all of you that reached out to me, called me on my cell phone in the hospital. I want to thank you, those of you that prayed for me, okay? Because prayer works. I want to thank even those that couldn't call, y'all still prayed for me. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. I definitely want to just say thank you so much. Also, Cheryl Nation did something that shocked me. I didn't expect it, but I know it's in her nature. She called me in the hospital, and soon as I picked up the phone, I'm like, hello. And she's like, Jasmine? And I'm like, yeah. And she just started doing a prayer. And I was like, wow. She did a prayer over the phone before anything. Before anything. And I was like, oh my, wow. And I just right there, I needed that and I lift my spirit and it healed me. And it was just amazing. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Sharon Nation. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to Kathy. Big shout out to Katie. Big shout out to D. Big shout out to Sister Girl. Big shout out to my husband. Um, uh, just it's so many of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, just show me, show me so much love. I really appreciate that. You know, the love and the care, it meant so much to me, and I really appreciate that. And thank you for that. Express, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Miss V, thank you. Miss Viva, writing my little comments and stuff like, I hope you and Dave feel better. That means something too. You know what I'm saying? Because no one's ignoring me. Um, and the bar, uh, in the bar 2.0, thank you. Even the new subs, thank you. Like, it's just so many. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to say thank you. And I just got to give a big shout out to my higher power. Thank you. Because it could have been worse. 2 years ago, I was intubated for a whole hour. Okay? That might not be long to some people, but that's long enough for me to be paralyzed. And look at Miss V in the cut somewhere. I can't take her. She just be popping up. I'm just laugh. She just be having me laugh sometimes. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all just amazing. You know what I mean? My mouth will dry. But y'all just amazing. And I just appreciate that. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate that. But let's get to the story. Um This story pissed me off because we have a FedEx driver who took it in his own hands to do some unforgiven shit. Okay? And we know we hear a lot of things with kids, being abducted and being kidnapped and being sexually assaulted and stuff. But when you hear of a FedEx driver, nigga, you supposed to be delivering packages. What are you doing? Like, so we can't even trust that you cannot even come to my house to deliver a package? What? Oh no, we got a problem. Mother of Athena Strand. This little baby was only 7 years old, y'all. From Texas. Texas, we always had a problem with Texas. I had a problem with Texas when I did the Aaliyah's case. When she was hung from the balcony and Texas did nothing about it. And her mother was trying to get justice for her. So Texas, we always had a problem. Girl found dead. Post emotionally disturbed. No one deserves this. Let's listen to what the news say first before I read it. Even
Her body
Dave was
was
pissed.
recovered about 2 hours ago, maybe three, 6 miles that direction. It hurts our hearts to know that that child died. So much so that she is on her way now to the medical examiner's office. And there's a Texas Ranger in front of her, and there's a Texas Ranger behind her. This community does not like losing our children. And we could see it because of all the people who came out and helped us throughout this ordeal. It was most meaningful what the citizens did because we have a close-knit group of folks here in Wise County. And it's our pleasure to serve these folks in Wise County, the Rangers, the FBI, and the Sheriff's Office. We're glad that we've had this opportunity, but we're just sad that it didn't end the way that we would hope.
Well, I want to find more than that, but let me just read what it's saying. The mother of 7 years old Texas girl who was found dead after being missing for several days last week is now speaking out in series of emotional tribute, writing on her Facebook page that no one deserves what happened to you. Madeline Gandhi made the comment after Athena Strand was discovered deceased in Bond on Friday. Tana Lynn Corner, a 30 years old contract driver for FedEx, is charged with capital murder and aggressive kidnapping in connection to Strange's death. Daddy and mommy were scared of how beautiful she always been, and we felt like we failed you, Gandhi wrote on Facebook alongside pictures of Strange. No one deserves what happened to you, but especially you. I love you. And love doesn't even cover it. Mommy is broken without you. So, from what I hear, this is her stepmother. In another post, Gandhi describes Athena Strain as innocent, beautiful, kind, intelligent, and just the brightest, happiest soul you could ever meet. I don't want her to be the girl known as the one murdered and discarded by a monster, she added. I want everyone to know, every single person in this world, that this is my baby and my baby was taken from me. Wise County Sheriff Lane Atkin describes the girl's abduction as a crime of opportunity, explaining that Corners allegedly admitted to abducting Strain while delivering a package to her North Texas home on Wednesday. The girl's stepmother reportedly heard her missing. 2 days later, the girl's body was found less than 10 miles from her father's home. The suspect reportedly did not know the victim of the girl's family at all. Strand was reportedly staying with her father and stepmother in Texas before she was to return to her mother, Madeline Gainey, in Oklahoma around Christmas. So she was staying with her stepmother and stepfather for now, and she was going to return back to her mother on Christmas. So it sounds like they share custody, allegedly. Hey, Breezy, thank you for subbing. The stepmom was the reason she was outside. One of the toughest investigations I have been involved in because a child, Atkins said in a press conference last Friday night alongside Athens' biological mother and other emergency responses officials. He added, any other time there's a child that dies, it just hits you in your heart. Yeah, of course. Of course. Now, from what I heard, and I don't know because usually I like to do the story with you guys. I want to read it with you guys. I want to show the video with you guys. I want to go piece by piece with you guys. So let's do that. No community likes losing children. Exactly. No community. Now, I don't know if this is true, but we're going to find out that she was getting off the school bus. Let's find that out. Okay. Let's see. This shit pisses me off though, man. It's like, really? This is what we doing? I mean, man.
It hurts our hearts.
Okay, we heard you already. You ain't say much. So let's go past that. Hold on, y'all.
Authorities saying they believe he killed the 7-year-old within an hour of taking her. Horner, a contract driver with FedEx. The company said in a statement that employees are subject to criminal history background checks. No criminal record for Horner was found in a search by NBC News. With frequent deliveries to homes as the holidays are fast approaching, former FBI agent Brianna Fox says parents should caution their children. What would you tell a parent that has a child at home?
Sometimes kids are taught, be polite, and they then don't want to scream even though things are really off. So even just telling their kids scream if something happens, that's enough to just deter the offender.
Other advice for parents? Get a doorbell camera. Even a dummy one is enough to potentially deter someone with bad intentions. Have your packages delivered to your office instead of your home. And if your child is young and has gone missing, don't wait to call police. Now, as for that suspect, he faces charges of capital murder and aggravated kidnapping. He remains in this Texas jail with bonds totaling $1.5 million. Hoda?
Yeah, such a sad story. All right, Morgan Chesky, thank you.
Yeah, but see, I don't like when they do that. I don't like they give me little pieces by little pieces. Do not give me little pieces by little pieces. Because what I want to know is, hey, as one. Exactly. Just because he don't has a criminal record doesn't mean a damn thing. Exactly. Exactly, Breezy. Exactly. Exactly. They are very vulnerable. I hate when the news, I'm surprised that they're not giving us like a full, let's see. It's crazy. When I heard this, I was like, what? Even Dave was like, babe, you see this shit? Hold on.
2 days after she was reported missing from the driveway of her own home.
Okay.
Man
Okay.
is in custody. Police say he confessed to kidnapping and killing the girl after making a delivery to her
I'm getting
house.
upset with this phone.
Today, neighbors tied bows and balloons to their home. Who loved the color pink.
You'll remember Athena every time we would see pink.
Wise County Sheriff's deputies say Strand was kidnapped from the driveway of her home in Paradise, Texas, about an hour outside of Fort Worth last Wednesday. After an extensive search, her body was found on Friday.
It hurts our hearts.
So she was kidnapped on the driveway of her home.
21-year-old Tanner Lynn Horner delivered a package to the house at about the same time the child disappeared. Over the weekend, FedEx issued a statement saying, "Our thoughts are with the family of Athena Strand during this."
You think something else is funny? Breezy? That's funny you said that because I was wondering that too.
Athena's grandfather posted a statement on Facebook forgiving Horner, saying in part, "I want 5 minutes alone in a cell with the psycho that took our Athena away from us. But there's a soft, gentle voice in the back of my head telling me I need to forgive him." Phil Erickson is the associate pastor at First Baptist Church of Cottondale in Paradise.
I was wondering that too, Breezy. I'm just like, is this the whole story, or is there something else that is behind this? Mm. This is weird. It definitely has to be more. You're right about that. Because I just don't get how they're just giving us like a little bit here and a little bit there. And then there's nothing else. Like, that shit don't even sound right. I'm just, nah, nope. That don't even sound right. Let's see here. Oh, I feel nauseous.
Is that the Credit One Bank Platinum Explain? For your bills, get 5% cash back rewards. Visit creditonebank.com. A Texas community is left shattered.
Yeah.
The city of Paradise, about 40 miles northwest of Fort Worth, is grappling with the tragic ending of their search for a missing 7-year-old girl. Last Wednesday, Athena Strand disappeared from the driveway of her family home, which prompted a massive hunt with nearly 200 volunteers alongside local law enforcement. Her body was found 2 days later after authorities received a tip. Investigators say a FedEx driver was making a delivery at the time of the 7-year-old's disappearance. The suspect is 31-year-old FedEx contract driver Tanner Lynn Horner, now behind bars and charged with capital murder and aggravated kidnapping.
We do have a confession. It's one of the toughest investigations that I've been involved in because it's a child.
Aiken did not indicate a possible motive and said Horner did not know the family or the child. In a statement, FedEx said, "Words cannot describe our shock and sorrow surrounding this tragic event." In a separate statement to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, FedEx Ground said the company contracts with independent businesses to help its delivery services, and the employees of those companies are subject to a criminal background check. Athena's mother, Maitland Presley Gandy, issued a tribute to her daughter on Facebook, writing, "My princess was taken from me by a sick, cruel monster for absolutely no reason. Athena is innocent, beautiful, kind, intelligent, and just the brightest, happiest soul you could ever meet."
And a dude with no something you said. Oh, And look how fast they forgave Weirdo to Tough now for forgiveness. Yeah, look how fast that they're forgiving him all of a sudden. Yeah. I don't know. This listen. This just doesn't sit right with me. Just doesn't sit right with me. So she was standing outside, or was she getting off the school bus? And he just takes her, delivering a package. And how long did it take for the mother to know that she was missing? They were arguing and they sent her outside? Are you fucking kidding me? What? Now, this really is not sitting well with me. Breezy, are you serious? So they were arguing and they sent her outside, and then she gets killed. Uh, so the father was home then. Now it makes it even weirder that he just comes at the right time when they sitting in the house arguing, send the little girl outside, and she get she gets kidnapped and killed. That's exactly what I'm saying. They never mentioned the father being there. So what's really going on here? Athena and her step Athena and her stepmom got into an argument. The little girl? Leave the home. The stepmom did not notice she was missing until like 1 hour later. The driver took her from the end of the drive, allegedly. Thank you, Miss V. Major coincidence. That's weird, Miss V. That is very, very weird. Exactly. Why is she arguing with a 7 years old child? I'm eating peach yogurt, y'all. Dante, by the way. Allegedly. I got my disclaimer allegedly thing up. But I couldn't find. I was trying to find stuff on it. And the only thing I could find is little bits of little this, you know? I didn't do a thorough search, a all night thing like I usually do. Oh, but believe me, after today, knowing this, I sure the hell will. Hey, Tammy Tam. Oh, the dad was home too. See, they didn't mention the dad being. Oh, I don't like this. This ain't sounding good at all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh no. Oh no. Athena Strand's grandfather forgives her alleged killer. I'm on the yeah, I heard Twitter streets there. You could get it from the Twitter streets, boy. I started getting connected with the Twitter too. Yeah. Yep. I feel you on that, Breezy. For real, for real.
Ooh, pretty colors.
Athena's grandfather forgives her alleged killer. Grandfather announces publicly Saturday that he forgives the FedEx delivery driver who allegedly confessed to kidnapping and killing his 7 years old Texas granddaughter.
Grandfather is forgiving the man suspected of abducting and murdering his granddaughter. 7-year-old Athena Strand was found dead Friday after a FedEx delivery driver confessed to killing her and told police where to find her body. Stephanie Haynes is live in Wise County, Texas, with more on that case and a deeper look on how FedEx says it screens its contractors. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hey, good morning, Mitch. 31-year-old Tanner Horner is being held right here at the Wise County Jail here in Texas on a $1.5 million bond. And this morning, Athena's grandfather, Mark Strand, is saying he's forgiving the man who is suspected of kidnapping and killing his granddaughter, writing in a Facebook post just last night, quote, "I do this to honor our precious Athena, who knew no hate. This man won't be allowed any real estate to live in my brain. Love conquers all and forgives. Today, I choose love and hate loses." Authorities say Athena was reported missing last week after she had an argument with her stepmother at her home. These are photos the Wise County Sheriff provided as part of the Amber Alert that went out for her. For 2 days, hundreds joined in on a massive ground search. She was discovered Friday a few miles away from her home. The sheriff has a tip led them to Horner, who they say made a delivery to us earlier in the day. The sheriff says Horner confessed, and the sheriff says they believe she was killed within an hour of her alleged abduction. No word on any motive, and it doesn't appear that Horner has a criminal record. And in a statement, FedEx says Horner was a contracted driver who was an employee of a service provider company, writing in part, quote, "Employees of service provider businesses are subject to a criminal history background check, as is common across the industry and considered standard employment practice. The background check process is administered by a third party." Now, in a GoFundMe, Athena's mother wrote, her daughter was happy, healthy, beautiful, and bright, and the school districts in this area are asking everyone to wear pink today in honor of little Athena. Mitch?
Just a sad story.
Yeah, it's a very sad story. And you know what? I'm not buying it.
To make yourself
Is Grandpa LBGT? See how he has no connections. Huh. If I allow this hate to if you allow this hate to conquer, mm, mm, mm. This was a precious 7 years old little girl. First of all, why are you even arguing with a child? I'm side-eyeing the stepmom too, Kathy. Yes. I'm definitely side-eyeing the stepmom. You argue with a 7 years old little girl and then send her outside to play, and all of a sudden the FedEx guy comes to snatch her up. Was she molested? He probably arred her also. God knows what that poor baby went through. I was trying to look for the stepmother on Facebook too before I got on live. I'll find her ass. I sure will find her. Because now this story got even deeper. I ain't know all this. Because she have known allegedly the UPS driver. I mean, they news made it very known by saying he has no connections with the family. Why say that? Why say that? And I noticed that too, Breezy. Yep. But he doesn't allegedly work for FedEx. He's the third party. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Could allegedly could have that been her boy toy? And she probably said, get rid of the kid. What was the argument? What? How could you even argue with a 7 years old anyway? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know stepmoms and kids go through it sometimes. You ain't my real mama. You can't tell me what to do. You know how it is. So they do go through their little arguments. So we can't really sit up here and say you can't argue with a child. You know what I'm saying? Because those kids be coming out their mouth. But there's ways you handle situations. Knowing that we are in a place that there are predators, are rapists, and everything else going out in the world, I'm not sending my child. I'm not comfortable with just sending my child outside like that. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not going to sit there and argue with a 7 years old. I'm going to say it once, and that's a wrap. I'll take your little ass to your room. Okay? You know what I mean? But yeah, this is deep. This is deep. This is just ugh. Oh, this got me under my skin. I wouldn't be surprised if later on they come out saying what we're saying right now, probably, and even more. Breezy, that's another thing I was about to ask. Exactly. That's another thing I was going to ask. But that poor baby, man. So, how long did it take her to call for help? Like, did she immediately call or? This is crazy, man. Let me see something here. I want to see something. Let me see. Oh, what this guy got to say? Oh,
Something for yourself. Your path forward starts closer to home than you think.
so Rick Roberts, Wise County Sheriff, talks about Athena Strand.
For a successful career, find your purpose at MCNY right here, right now. Bronx and Manhattan locations. Scholarships and grants available. Now accepting applications at mcny.edu.
And how difficult it was.
This is the news and talk of Texas.
It's DFW's Court of Public Opinion
with Rick Roberts.
I know there's got to be a few 100 million more like me just trying to keep it free.
So, let me see something here. Chris Rock files in the writ to talk about Wise County Sheriff. So I guess he's gonna talk about the case with the sheriff. There we go.
Press conference when this broke up Friday night. Sweet little Athena Strand found dead after being kidnapped and killed. The alleged person that did it is a FedEx contract driver, and according to the Wise County Sheriff, and he has admitted to it. He's sitting in Wise County Jail on about $1.5 million bond. So Sheriff Lane Aiken has really blessed us with being able to take a few minutes out of his time today to talk to us, and then we will get back to your call at 800-288-WBAP.
He shouldn't even have bond.
288-9227, asking, does the company assume responsibility in this? One line is open on that. Sheriff Lane Aiken, thank you for joining us this afternoon on the Rick Roberts Show on the Chris Crock filling in on News Talk 820 WBAP, sir.
Hello, Chris.
First of all, sir, how are you and everybody over there with the Sheriff's Department, even just in the community of Boyd and Wise County, how are you guys doing with all this horrific dealings?
Well, Chris, I think everybody's doing well. It's been a tough one. It's been the toughest one since my tenure as sheriff. I'm exceedingly proud of the people of the Wise County Sheriff's Office and our partnerships that we have with the Texas Rangers as well as the FBI. So what seemed to be a monumental task, we put it together in a matter of 3 days with all of that good help. And our hopes were, Chris, the whole time was that we would find a little Athena, 7-year-old. We hoped and we believed that we could find her alive. But that ended up not being the case, and it broke our hearts. But we're glad to know that we got a bad guy off the streets and we've got him in our jail.
Sheriff, we are looking at another case across the country in Idaho where 4 people murdered. We have no clue what's going on. How it's stunning to see the success of being able to find the sweet victim and to be able to put somebody in cuffs in days. How did this all come together like this?
Well, it's a matter of cooperation, agency to agency, as well as the citizens. And the citizens here know that they can reach out to us. We're going to listen to them. We're out there with them on a regular basis, so we have a little level of trust, I believe, with the citizens. But when we went into this thing, the first thing we did, of course, we thought it was just a missing person. She walked away. She's going to come back, but it got worse and worse and worse. And we used Fort Worth PD, Texas Department of Public Safety. We flew with FLIR and other K9 units came in and helped us. And we just got nowhere. So we got to the point where this is going to be a bad old deal. So the Rangers were helping us. The FBI came and helped us. The sheriff's office gathered up with them, and we just put our heads together. And we had meetings. We had discussions. This is what we need to do. Let's stay on the same page, because it's not about egos. It's about finding this little girl. And so you've got to set those petty things aside and make sure that we throw every asset that we can
into finding this child. Again, we thought we could find her alive, and we were all terribly disappointed Friday night when we realized that wasn't going to be the case.
What is the latest as of right now that you have as far as everything on this case of Athena Strand?
The latest is he's in our jail, and as you said earlier, $1.5 million. We've got the investigative team is still together with the Wise County SO investigators, the Texas Rangers, as well as the FBI. And we're doing a few evidentiary searches from place to place, and a lot of ancillary interviews to make sure that we tied up everything, because we're part of the criminal justice system. And when we turn this over to the district attorney's office, we want to make sure it's got everything that the district attorney needs to pursue the death penalty on this guy.
Amen. That was one of my questions. Amen. I believe the capital murder tied in with capital murder alone, I think it will be a death one. In adding the kidnapping of a minor has to take it to an absolute possibility. I would assume.
Yes, sir. That's what we expect. In fact, we had a long meeting this morning with the district attorney. In fact, the district attorney was actually there on the scene, because he's engaged in this thing, and he wants to see that we get the biggest penalty that we can on the situation, because this guy has destroyed families. He's destroyed the southern end of this county, and everybody is upset to a great extent. And I tell you, it's been hard for me and my guys to sleep because of losing this precious child, an innocent child, and some guy picked her up, snatched her up, and put her inside a FedEx truck. And we just heard for the community, and I think the only thing that would be sufficient would be the death penalty.
I would agree. What about the fact that we have a woman who says that he claims he raped her? She alleges this has been publicly. What do we know about that? And does that tie into this in any way, in your opinion?
We don't really know yet, Chris. Those are those interviews that we're working on today. We sent out teams this morning to run down all leads and rumors and social media stuff that's come up to determine whether or not it's true or not. So that's an ongoing thing. I expect within probably the next 24 hours we'll have the full story on that report that's out there on social media.
Can that be used if she says it's true and he raped me? Can it be used in court as far as we know, even if it's not a conviction?
I believe it can in punishment. I would leave that to my district attorney, who I've got all kinds of trust in, James Staten. So I'd put that question to him, but I believe probably it could be used in that form.
Do we have any evidence of a sexual assault in this horrific case?
We don't have the full report back from the medical examiner's office, so we're not in position to say quite yet.
How did you find the killer so fast, Sheriff Aiken?
Again, it was the good work of our guys, because early on, the stepmother, who I've got to say, faded a lot of heat on social media, because a lot of people jumped to the conclusion that it was the stepmother's fault, which bothers us a great deal. Mm-hmm. But the stepmother told us early on that hey, FedEx delivered a package about the same time she came up missing. So that was always one of the options, one of the possibilities that we were looking at. And so the investigative team reached out, did a lot of digital resources, pursued a lot of digital resources that got us onto this guy. And then it was a matter of just a lot of good police work, interviews, and then ultimately a confession, and that confession led us to the body, unfortunately.
How did you find her, Sheriff Aiken, little Athena? How did you find her body?
Well, it was based on information that came from suspect, now defendant, now inmate in our Wise County Jail. And I don't want to say his name because he's not worthy of being said. Right. But at any rate, he helped lead the investigators to where he dumped his precious.
Where was she just dumped openly, and what was the condition of her sweet
body? It was along the banks of the Trinity River in southern Wise County.
What kind of impact does this have on you and your men and women at the Sheriff's Department and law enforcement to see this and deal with it?
You know, we've got folks coming in talking to them. We've got people here today talking to our dispatchers, and I tell you, I think I'm pretty jaded because I've been in this business since 1974. But it's bothered me, and I was having a conversation with another guy who has almost as much time as me today. And we were talking about the specifics of this case, and we both ended up tearing up. You know, it's one of those things that are tough to deal with because, I compare the child that was missing and now discovered dead. You compare them to your own children, to your own grandchildren, and it just touches your heart, and it makes it so personal.
Sure.
So it's tough, and we've got to make sure that we pay a lot of attention to our young guys who haven't seen things like this.
Wise County Sheriff Lane Aiken, in the case of Athena Strand, any explanation from the admitted killer and abductor as to why he did this?
No, I really can't say, Chris, right now because it's an ongoing investigation, and a lot of that stuff will come up in time when it goes to court. But we do have a confession. I just can't. I'm not in a position to talk about the content of the confession.
Has he lawyered up?
I did understand from the district attorney that he has a court-appointed attorney.
Okay, and then how about we talked about the death penalty, company responsibility. That's a huge thing we're talking about today. In your opinion, how much company responsibility is here? Because he was driving a FedEx truck in a FedEx uniform, and he had access to our children, our beautiful families, to see who we wanted to take and hurt.
Well, I'm a criminal guy. I do all the criminal law stuff, and I don't delve into civil liability. I can see where there should be some concerns on behalf of them, but I've got to leave that up to the lawyers who understand this stuff much better than I do.
What about I'd like to know about any warning you have for the parents in these kinds of cases, all of us parents out there.
So ask that question again.
For all of us parents out there, what do you want to tell us? What kind of a warning would you like to tell us about how we can protect our sweet children from any of this kind of grandchildren?
And I think I just don't know exactly what to say. It's all about just awareness, just situational awareness, and you've got to ingrain that in your children, which I have with my grandchildren. And then they tell me from time to time they can hear the grandfather talk about that when you go out with somebody else. Don't be out there alone, and just be aware of your surroundings. And the best thing to do is just be within eyesight of your parents. This 7-year-old, she had a tendency from time to time to walk away if she had an argument, but she always came back. And lo and behold, this is one of those things where the FedEx guy was right there, and he saw the crime of opportunity. So what we've got to do as parents and grandparents, we've got to educate our children so that they recognize they can prevent getting themselves in a position where they can be that object of criminal opportunity.
Sheriff Aiken, one of the grandparents in the area there said, and not related to the case, but about the case, but not involved in it, said, "I'm not letting my grandchild outside anymore." What do you think about that?
Well, these kids have got to go out. These kids have got to know that they've got to go out and know they're safe. But the parents and the grandparents have got to keep an eye on them. They've got to keep a constant eye on them, and they've got to talk to them about if somebody comes up, you run away, you scream. So this could have been avoided, but unfortunately it happened, and we just all feel terribly about it.
Last question, Sheriff Lane Aiken.
Okay.
Why no feds as far as charging? I know they're helping you, which is so important, but why no charges from the feds as of right now?
It's a state case. It started out as a state case. The Wise County Sheriff's Office is responsible for it, but we have full faith and confidence in our district attorney, and our district attorney, he wants the case, and we want to see that he has it.
Sheriff Lane Aiken, I just want to thank you. We are all praying with you and for you, for every woman and man involved in law enforcement in this case, for justice, for God's swift justice, and for the family and their comfort and God's provision. We thank you for everything you do for us to protect us, sir.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
All right, brother. Take care, brother. Thank you very much. There he goes, Sheriff Lane Aiken, Wise County Sheriff.
Breezy, I feel you. I'm thinking the same thing. Like, damn, she was only 7. How frequent was she keep walking away? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? How many times did they let this girl just wander off and walk away and then come back? What the hell was going on? Y'all, we got to know a little bit more though from that. I mean, Jesus. Oh my God. 7 years old. You can't just let this girl you can't let kids just do what they want to do. They are not your parent. You are the parent, not them. They're not my parent. They're not my parent. You just not gonna walk off because you feel like you're gonna walk off. Because things like this happens. Shit like this happens, man. He sure the fuck dead, right? He was reading the article and shit. Fuck. Breezy said he was reading. He sounded like he was reading a script. He sure the hell did. He was reading a damn newspaper article. But damn, he said, "Oh well, she she usually walks off, and then she comes back. You know what? They usually argue, and she'll walk off and come back. Well, how many arguments do they damn have then? So that lets me know that she don't get along with her stepmother. Then she don't get along with the stepmother." Was why the stepmother used words like Athena was so innocent. Mm. Miss V, yeah, something is missing. Something is missing. Something is missing. That's what we're saying. Something is missing. Something's not right. Something is not right. Mm-hmm. Cause it seemed like this little girl just walks off whenever she wants anyway, because they always arguing. Because you heard him, he said, well, they usually argue and she walks off, she runs away, but she usually comes back. What? What? So y'all just let the little girl walk off, run away, but see, this time she did not come back. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. What does one say? Brooklyn Squad may have to explore why CPS visited the household beforehand. It could be questionable elements around child behavior. Oh, they did. I sure will dig into that as one and breezy. You know I ain't got no problem pulling up stuff. I did. Oh wow. I sure will dig into that. Katie, we got some digging in to do. We need to know more as yes. Sure will be digging into that. Yup. Shit, I was a foster child, so when it come to stuff like that, I take that shit serious. I got my notebook right here. I could do some stuff today. I could do some digging today. The office is closed, but I could do some stuff today. And then I got an appointment tomorrow. But when I get home, I could do some more digging. Digging. Because something just ain't right. And the CPS was on that case, then something sure ain't right. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Because, I don't know. You know, when you just feel something ain't right, like it's just telling you, like, just this is just not a shut and close case. Like, all right, it's messed up. You know, it's so sad what happened to her. I think something else was going down in that household, though. something else. This is just something's not right. Something's way off. And now this little girl is deceased. And it might be not only of a hands of just one monster. Might have another one. And I am very familiar with kids using CPS as leverage against parents, and I have been that parents had told to give kids space and allow them to cool off child outside. Wow. Interesting. See, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay, so we got some digging into today. You know we're gonna be digging into this. This is gonna be another. I could tell that this is gonna be another one of my stories where all my stories I'm all in, but it's like I'll be calling all type of shit. Like, y'all know how I am when I do stories. Like, if I have to call the mayor, I'm gonna call the fucking mayor. I'm gonna call your mama, your uncle in the wheelchair, your sister who ain't got no eyes, your grandfather. I don't give a fuck who I'm calling. I'm calling everybody. Okay. We calling everybody. I was trying to look for the mother on Facebook before I got on live. Maybe I missed Breezy laughing. Yes. Listen, the squad know. I'll call, I'll dig. Shit. Don't tell me no if you want to. I'ma still dig. We'll call. Uncle in the wheelchair. Grandpapa got the gun on his side. I'm still calling. Grandmama got 25 eyes. I'm still calling. Fuck, I'm gonna fuck. Calling. You could tell me no. Hang up on my face. I'm still calling. I'm asking questions. I'm digging in that ass. Yeah. Sick or not sick. Oxygen and everything. Don't give a fuck. Oxygen here. Look. I'll still be on the phone with the oxygen talking about hello. Yes. No. Look, okay. Fuck that shit. Look. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me. Fuck, okay? We digging. We digging in their asses, okay? We digging in their ass. You banned on Facebook? Aw, 7 more days. Oh man, they banned you? You got 7 more days? I be doing my thing on Facebook, boy. I got monetized on Facebook with my little $8. Shit, $8 I ain't had before. But we gotta dig, y'all. We're gonna dig in the asses. We definitely digging. We gotta find that mother. Maybe I spelled her name wrong. But I'm gonna look it up again though. Because I was trying to look for her. And I did see a page with her and the little girl. She was only fan and I posted her pics. Oh. She was the only fan. You posted her pic. They want they want the fame, right? But then when you post their shit, they want to fucking get you in trouble and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that crazy? They want the clout. You know what I'm saying? Then when you give it to them, they want to get you in trouble. That's as hell. That is crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell. They damn, like my girl Cardi said, they do anything for clout. They will get me in trouble and shit. The fuck? Hey, bitch, call Facebook up and tell them you told me to put this shit on the internet. Goddamn, what the fuck? Shit. What's wrong with you? Really? I don't know. It's not freezing on this end, Mama. Mm-mm. I be over here bugging y'all. Oh man. I want to know how long does she take to call the police? Those police records, they're they're I erased her boobs though. But at least you blocked some of it. Shit, she should be grateful. Right? You gave her some clout. Shit, that's why I don't understand people. You get them clout, they wanted it, then they get you in trouble. What the fuck? Like, come on, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Out those records. I wonder we could see those records, right? Because I'm wondering. She wasn't mad. It was Facebook. Miss V said you posted it now. I know who she is too. I didn't even know she had an OnlyFans. I see some pictures of her though, posted herself though. I said, okay, girl, I ain't mad. Oh shit. Ugh. Something else. She always yeah shit. If he said I see her OnlyFans subscription. Yeah, got me bugging over here, yo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's funny as hell, boy. I see some pictures she was posting her booty and her boobs and her butt hanging out. It was so funny. She had lingerie on though. It was on Facebook though. No, matter of fact, it was on Instagram. It was a picture on Instagram. Ricky Smiley posted it. I said, okay, girl. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Yep, IG. I seen it. This was a whole no sheet, no cap. I'm done with y'all. You're crazy. Child. She said she gonna make her coins on OnlyFans. I know that's right. Shit. I ain't gonna front. I try to get me a little OnlyFans thing going. But they saying something about my they can't something about my identification thing. I don't know. Child. I should try it again. All right, y'all. I did an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm eating some chicken noodle soup and dig into this case some more because this is insane. I'm trying to find out the mother. I need to talk to the mama or the papa. OnlyFans. They got the OnlyFans as well as Oh my God. It feels good to laugh again. Thank you so much, Breezy. I feel better than I did before. When I was in the hospital, the doctor was like, "Oh my God, you look like death warrant or some shit." He said. I was like, I like the horrible in the hospital, but I feel much better. They got me taking antibiotics. Having the flu and pneumonia at the same time ain't no joke, man. So I'm gonna do this little breathing machine, eat me some chicken noodle soup, and serve hubby some soup, and then I'm gonna try to find this mama of hers, her stepmama, or even her papa, and trying to find out some more information because it looked like the news is not giving much, and I found that really weird. Cause on any other cases when it comes to certain children of a occasion little girls, they'll give a little more, but with this one it just seems a little bit like they're not telling us much, you know what I mean? And I just find that weird. But Brooklyn Squad, we dig. And I don't stop. Okay, so I'm digging in their ass. Elderberry? Really? All right. I'm gonna have to go to the pharmacy for that though. For tomorrow probably. Thank you, Breezy. All right, Brooklyn Squad. Hopefully I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. All right. I got an appointment tomorrow for my back. But I'll let y'all know what's going on with that. Okay? All right. Bye everybody. Peace. Thank everybody for joining. Thank you for the love and prayers. And everybody be safe. Hold your loved ones close to you. And once again, Breezy, my to you. Go to the fruit store. Or go to the fruit store. Oh, okay. My condolences to you, Breezy. Everyone have a safe, blessed rest of the afternoon. Okay? All right. Bye, Brooklyn Squad. Peace. Thank everyone for joining and thank everyone for subbing.